5, win, Radiant team.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam
10,
now.
5,
We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
And welcome everybody to the first game of what is it called? It's a third place game. Figure out who's going to be fourth place, who's going to be third place, because that's kind of important to us. We've got FAP-ATK versus We Chuan Now, both showing an excellent series of games throughout the tournament, but not quite making it to the finals. Here, let's hop over. This is actually a replay that I got from one of the players. Let's go over the teams now. Caketown on Queen of Pain, Mark II on Darkseer, Nyan Pudge on Nakes, Lifestealer, Hush is playing the Bane, and Primemuffin's got Clockwork. That's We Chuan Now. Here on Dire side we got FAP-ATK. Let's go through that. Yolo Swaggins is on Meepo. Interesting gear there, Meepo. Some sort of skull pirate bandana. Scarf. Carta on the Treant Protector. Chakal on Windrunner.
The showtime.
Atrium? Arratem? It's wiggling and waggling. Hold on here. Arratem. Arratem? Not positive, but he's playing the Warlock. That's, I know, I'm sure about. And Kuro-pi playing the Ursa. Interesting lineup coming out of FAP-ATK. Mainly, you know, 3 melees that are not only melee, but also not especially... well, require a lot of...
And they're off.
Require a lot of, what do I want to say? Like, they can be taken advantage of by being melee, by other heroes. It's not like Sven, stun, run in, get a lot of team support, and wreck you. Ursa, if you're not building right, you'll be dodged a lot, and you won't have very much success going on there. We got a pause coming out of some team. Looks like Meepo paused it. He's got to get his micro skills down real quick for us before the game begins. Mark II heading bot as a standard kind of classic Darkseer solo. He'll be up against Chakal on Windrunner, who's also playing the solo. Both will no doubt get plenty of farm. There might not be too much killing going on there. Mid has yet to exactly be seen. I imagine it'll just be Caketown hanging out there against... looks like a Treant, who certainly can can mid. Take your time. This is a weird team, Yolo Swaggins admits. We're trying something new. Hey, it's a who's third place, who's fourth place. This isn't the most serious of games. You're not going to be winning any amazing slot either way. But I would love a third place if I were playing in a tournament. That sounds all right by me. It doesn't matter what's going on as long as there's more than 3 players. I would like third place. Nyan Pudge taking up a supported... looks like it's going to probably end up being a tri-lane here soon. A little bit of action going on in the jungle as Kuro-pi is getting picked on by the Clockwork. He's not sticking around to fight. He's walking away. I don't know if I totally agree with this because he would be able to do substantial damage to this poor Clockwork. Just because he's got Hastener doesn't mean that much. Look, he even took some damage from the tower, but at the same time, Kuro-pi is just going to go back to farming as soon as Primemuffin leaves. Gonna see a offensive tri-lane going on top for We Chuan Now. The answer to that is FAP-ATK's dual lane with a jungler, Ursa. Ursa jungling, Meepo playing probably the more farm dependent hero here in the dual lane for them. With just a Warlock support, this could get very, very ugly for either one of these two. But at the same time, having Treant Protector on your team throughout any sort of interesting lanes really supports your lane choice. You can put someone mid who's not normally supposed to be mid and have Treant somewhere, and he's sitting there giving you that living armor from across the map. Or like they're doing here, Treant's mid, giving living armor to himself plenty, while Caketown on Queen gets plenty of last hits. It's 6-4 right now for last hits and denies, while Treant Protector has a moderate 4-1. Not something to feel that bad about. Primemuffin begging for some attention, runs in here, trying to make up for what his mother and father didn't give to him when he was a child. FAP-ATK responds back with some tower hits coming out because he got a little too close. Important to remember where exactly the towers can and can't hit you so you can make the decision. It's not clearly marked out here. Just got to remember these little landmarks that you have on the ground. Figure out what works for you. Bottom lane. 7 and 2 coming out of creep stats for Mark II, while Chakal on Windrunner gets 6-10. Plenty of denies as Darkseer has to wander back, and just his very predictable damage coming out of his Ion Shell damages creeps down so that Windrunner can deny them. More aggression coming out of Primemuffin. A lot of unlucky battery assaults coming out and hitting these creeps instead of hitting the heroes. Too bad. Still got plenty of regen, plenty of consumables. But really, what's the whole purpose of this entire top lane? What's the focus? It's Nyan Pudge on Lifestealer. He's the carry. And he's got 14 last hits so far. A very respectable number, as it's only the 3.5 minute mark. Seamus not a little bit more. I know he's going for that prime 5 last hits per minute, and he's not quite there. Primemuffin really picking on him. And now the slow coming out of the Nags. Warlock not going out of it at all. He's toast. Plenty of damage on Radiant, but they're going to heal up soon enough.
Denied.
Water Ion Shells as expected. A well-blocked jungle, a well-warded jungle here for Dire, but they did not go the strategy that would make most advantageous Dire's setup here, which would be like a tri-lane or a jungler or someone like that, or gankers. But you got Queen of Pain. I guess she can come down here and gank, but she hasn't been. The wards, while buying peace of mind, have not bought much else for Windrunner. Now, what is the laning Meepo build exactly? We've got Stout Shield. He's probably building for boots. And he's gone one level of each. Earthbind, Poof, and Geostrike. Little surprised that they'll go Geostrike at all, but they've also rotated another one top. Probably send Ursa bottom, or maybe just let this Darkseer, not being the most dangerous hero if he free farms, get his free farm on. Fatal Bond's coming out of Warlock. Plenty of mana going on here for FAP-ATK's top lane. Very aggressive first blood, and then it's as if they've backed off a bit since Windrunner got here. Primemuffin setting up for something. He's only level 2. He can't pull off as much as he'd probably like to. Conserves his mana, backs off.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom
With the right
tower?
shackle shot coming out of Windrunner here at the right moment, they could possibly kill someone. Especially with Bane wandering up like that. Something could have happened. What would that be? If she got the best shackle of her life, 1.5 shackle duration, and she's not getting more levels than shackle, so it wouldn't be probably what they'd really need. Maybe that's why she didn't go for it. She goes for Primemuffin instead, doesn't latch. Last hits denies coming out of Lifestealer, 26-5. He's still not meeting his little quota of 5 per minute, but he is awfully close. And since no one else on FAP-ATK's team is getting anywhere near that farm, 15.
The Dire best do something
See
about
it,
that
Ursa.
bottom
I mean,
tower.
he's been jungling, so I guess that's near. That's near.
Double damage.
Whether overall these last hits and denies count for less. Oh, go for him, man. He's running away instead. Is he assuming someone else is near? Yeah, Caketown is nearby on Queen. He needs a lot more, but he doesn't have the mana to do anything but die, which doesn't take any mana, so Hey, it's one of your best abilities. Sorry, Ursa. Yeah, deny. No, wait. I saw green and I saw green, and I thought they were the same team. That sadist tree. A lot of living armors on our armors on himself. I haven't seen as many going on for the rest of his team, but they haven't needed it as much. Since that one dive here by the robot man,
getting the business.
there hasn't been as much action going on. They've been staying clear. Tower down here, bottom, in favor of We Chuan Now. We Chuan.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
Well, Treant Protector is set for some team fights. He did decide to go for his ultimate. And that's a massive AoE on a 3-second stun. Moving, blinking, going invisible, or attacking. So they could cast spells still, but it does its job, and it's dangerous. So if they wanted to maybe try to force a team fight, get Nakes to overextend, I think it goes through his little BKB equivalent rage. So that might be what FAP-ATK would want to do. I think that would be in their favor, and they have sent 4 top. So that might exactly be what they're going for. And here comes the 5th, Kuro-pi on Ursa. What's their answer? Well, We Chuan Now has also rotated for mid. And Caketown, with the maneuverability of Quap, he's ready to come in at a moment's notice. Checking for runes right now. Haste rune, he's on his way for sure. What do they know about this place? They don't have wards. They probably know that they're missing. Beyond that, they only suspect that they're top. Primemuffin moving in. Quap blinks in. Gets the scream. Gets the open wounds. Massive ult from Treant. Slamming against Nyan Pudge. Is he going to be able to even get away? He's running away from Ursa, but he's just fast enough because of some of the slows. Windrunner dies. Meepo dies. Caketown playing with the haste rune, juking him around, kills Ursa. 3 down against FAP-ATK. That's no good at all. Arratem and Carta, they were not able to participate as much. Warlock didn't have his ult. Treant used his ult, was out of mana. Now we've got a massive attack coming in against them. We'll see if Treant even escapes from this. He wants to kill Nyan Pudge. He's successful. That's the only good news in this entire engagement. Somehow the shackles don't latch. Mark II cutting off the Windrunner. She's going to be able to Windrun away in here about 6 seconds. But she'll probably want to shackle first. Scared away by the tower. Mark II goes back to pushing that lane with his ion shell.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
You know, with Treant's ult going on, if Warlock somehow had his ult on top of that, it would have been a different story. But sadly, that's not how it was looking for FAP-ATK's team. Nakes had the levels to survive most of it, had the items, died in the end. Only bit of good news.
Their top tower.
Feel like I can't talk and move the screen at the same time. Ursa going on gets nightmared. Not going to be able to go much further than that.
Top tower's getting beat down.
He's got teammates nearby. Decides to stay back. Armor, farm, meets Caketown. Queen stabs. He's slowed. There's a lot of damage reduction going on. Meets this big tree. He's got his ult. Is he going to go for it? He does. He pulls it in. Lots of people stuck in place. Nightmare Chakal. Ursa coming in, trying to get somebody, but he's slowed by all these slows from so many members. Chakal on Hush.
You know the drill. 2 down.
Yolo Swaggins falls. Meepo down. Treant down. Ursa was just out-juked with all those annoying slows. The dagger from Quap. Open wounds from Lifestealer. Just not the maneuverability that he needs. And Windrunner now being not nightmared. Fiend's gripped by Bane, dead in the jungle. They followed him in there. But they're not letting up on this lane. They've got Warlock sent back in. Ursa really thinks that farming the jungle is his thing to do right now. He's clearly going for a Vladimir's offering. Wish him luck, because
the Dire might want to mind that Dire's
they can take down Rochelle. They should be able to make this kill-death ratio look a lot better for him. One more level and we're going to see 2 Meepos. Honestly, it's probably more Meepos for snakes to slow down and kill. He's been successful so far in slowing down the most viable target each team fight. And we're going to see more of that too. Slow down the Ursa, slow down the Windrunner. I'm trying to think who else, other examples I can take. They scout out the Rosh, possibly for Ursa's benefit. What's she gonna do? Don't want to walk out on this. 25 seconds and Bane's ult is back up. And given their ability to team fight, right now, they want to fight when all the ultimates are on cooldown as possible. Possibly gonna block off. Mark II is just standing there taking some hits from Windrunner. Steps back because it's kind of annoying to him, but he's got the Vanguard, and Windrunner doesn't seem to be hitting especially hard. 25. Ooh, level 6 versus level 9. Surge is past. They got 4 mid, waiting in the weeds, so to speak. Spotted out by a scouting power shot. How
Can't do
did
nothing
she
about dire
know?
structures right now.
And a scouting hook, but nothing. Surge is in, around behind. He's going to cog somebody. Cogs his Warlock. Gets latched in. Still his better assault's going nuts. Kills him. Trees hold him in place, but can they run? He's getting blocked off by a very slow Windrunner. Goes invisible.
The dire best do something.
Surge is up. Knows he's around here somewhere. Going to go for the Windrunner. Not enough mana to do much more than that. And now he's going to get all picked on. Shackled. Tower hits. Power shot. He's going to lose a lot of health, but he might get away from this. Meepo finishes him off. Tree and Protector actually gets the last hit. Good job, Bane, trying to save him with a Nightmare, but too many people were on him. Alright, well, that's kind of a step in the right direction, but all they did was lose a Darkseer, and that's not the most important hero for them to lose. How far are we away?
Top tower's in bad shape.
I believe the recipe cost is only 300, so he's got it right now. We're gonna see him go for it. That's why Clockwork is scouting. He's on the enemy team from Ursa. He knows Ursa's gonna go for it. Here he goes. There's the recipe. If they play this smart, they'd probably try to smoke, but at the same time, Clockwork hooks in there, gets 2. Did he really want to get 2? He knew they were there. Everyone blinks in. He's taking so much damage. Meepo dies anyway. The rest of his team has showed up. Warlock ult. They're going to stick around for this. Carta gets sucked in with a vacuum. Tries to escape with a Nature's Guise. Doesn't make it. Lifestealer finishes him off before it's able to totally cover him up. Darkseer running in here to try to pick him on him. Doesn't want the towers to hit him. Now Ursa's against him. No Earth Shock. He's not going to be able to get away. Or, I mean, he is going to be able to get away because he's not got a slow from Ursa. Caketown provides that support, scares him off, does the convincing to tell Treant to mine his own. Nyan Pudge is looking nice. He's got the armlet. Plenty of gold for something else. Certainly in a much better position from what FAP-ATK might be calling their carry. Mid-game carry would be Meepo. Ursa's the other thing with their holding their eggs for them. Micro skills. Another hook coming in on Yolo Swaggins. Unable to cog him, but set up from it allows several heroes to get hit by Huop's ult. Shackle successful, holds down 2, but they're running away anyway, so that's only going to help them run away. Dagger on Carta. Look for him, out of mana, but it's got to regen, so not too worried, just got to step away. Again, initiate, bring in that fast mobility with Caketown. I wasn't watching where he used the Infest, might have used that as a sort of Nake's bomb, get him in there quicker too. But they've got the maneuverability to come in here, and they've got the dust. They're prepared in every way, shape, or form for everything FAP-ATK is doing. Trees invisibility. Ursa trying to go into there and attack Roshan. They've got an answer for each little idiosyncrasy of each of the heroes for FAP-ATK. The slows. That's 3 examples. I'm looking for more, guys. I'm looking for more. They got this tower now, too. They don't have a lot of fancy ults to deal with them. And all they're waiting for here is the wrong move, and there it is. Held in place, Meepo dies. Shackle but no latch. looking for that wrong move to just kill another hero.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. Roche is tough, but the Dyer's tougher still.
I should probably hide this replay bar because I don't want to know how long the game is, but I'm getting a feeling. Successful hit there. Rocket fly right on his face. He's going to latch. He's going to cog. Does he really want to be in here? This is still an Ursa, and he's still a little guy. No, he dies. What are you doing? He's going to pay for it, though. He can't escape all these stuns unless the Shackle comes out. Ult from Warlock beats up the Bane. Vacuum. He doesn't really want all this. He drops the wall anyway, but he dies. And they know to just walk away from the wall. Stay back, stay back. This is the best news I could imagine for FAP-ATK. Just kind of going in there, initiating on the wrong people in the wrong ways and getting ripped to shreds by Ursa. They don't have the slows, and the Nakes never even came. He's jungling in the farming in the jungle. So he don't mind. He's busy. And it's too bad too. They probably were trying to do too much stuff without their nice ults. I think Quap's ult was on cooldown. Bane certainly was. It's still on cooldown. But stuff will be off, and I'm sure they're gonna now think that they can face FAP-ATK's lineup. But FAP-ATK knows better. They've backed off. Nake's here, wanting the gold. Nakes gets it. Courier flying out. Hyperstone for Nakes. Oh, that's gonna be messy. That's gonna be very messy. I would imagine with this lineup, he's probably going for an Assault Curious off of this. Maybe that's something he'll build later. He's got Clockwork, he's got Darkseer. Both of them will benefit from it a decent amount.
Radiant's mid tower.
Clockwork I could see going for maybe latches onto Meepo. Meepo's probably toast. He poofs in instead of pooping out, thinking he can take this, but he can't. Can he escape from the rest of his team? Yeah, they're not even going for it. Meepo, you're dead, bro. And I didn't kill the last boss.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Pushing past the tower, hoping for an ultimate from Bane, but no good.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
Instead, decide to focus on the tower. Nyan Pudge takes a power shot. Low mana on Windrunner. We're going to be able to... Oh, a little bit of mana boost. No ult from Warlock. How's these guys' ults? Ready on Bane still. Hasn't used it. Ready on Quap. Grabs someone. Grabs Warlock. He escapes with a shackle shot from a ambushing Windrunner. Almost kills a Nyan Pudge. Nakes barely escapes. Ults flying everywhere. People held down. Windrunner dies. Meepo already dead, or did he die again? He died again. This is no good. Nakes with the rage, sucking up all sorts of life. He needs it. Infests. Now he's at half life. Ursa getting slowed, trying to escape. Looked like he had a, what was that, a Geostrike-like effect on him.
Might want to mine their top tower.
Nightmared. Maybe they're going to set up something, but everyone else is holding back. Queen Pain walks up. She's got the blink ready. Kills him as if in a one-shot, but with spells. Painful to watch. This might be a Rax with the people dead and Meepo not being able to get very close without dying to all their stuff. Ursa, he's probably the most dangerous person on the team, especially in combination with some of the lucky stuns they might get. There's one of those non-lucky stuns. Primemuffin getting away. His shell of steel is okay for now. Warlock ult, it's ready if they want to try to make something. If they want to hopefully get a lucky team fight where they're coming in the wrong angles in the wrong way, and it instead falls upon FAP-ATK's best heroes, that's what they're going to have to aim for. Maybe they can force it out of We Chuan Now. Force that awkward team fight. Maybe get some smoke. Make them think they're okay, like this guy. But he doesn't go for it. Gets hit by the shackle shot, it looked like, but practically did no damage, if it happened at all. Looked like it. Too bad, too, because Treant was completely... Here we got a hook. Again, you're going on the Ursa, not the best place to be. He might someday learn his lesson. The rest of We Chuan Now in the area doesn't want to fight this. Yeah, for good reason. Did they know all these guys were here? They knew some of them were there. That's a good setup into more stuff, but Clockwork being dead is not the news they need to hear to say, we want a team fight. They need a little bit more to happen. Clock does like Teddy hugs. I've played with Primemuffin enough. He's got a good attitude about those things. He'll learn, but he's a ballsy maniac, so in the meantime, we will probably see a lot more actions out of him like that one. Maybe he thought his team was nearby and they were going to hold him in place or something. I mean, a Bane ult would be the perfect answer to that sort of setup. But if you're going to do that, why cog at all, you know? Setting up for pushing into mid. FAP-ATK's team is kind of separated. They're going to see this guy. He's dusted, but he's back behind those specific sets of trees. Instead, they find Ursa. He gets open wounds. All these ults screamed. Even the Ion Shell right on him. Power Shot isn't going to save his life, but he's got the Aegis, and the ult comes out from Warlock. Here comes Golem. They're not going to be walking into this wall very much, but the scream from Queen kills the Meepo. Ursa dies yet again, immediately coming out of it because the rest of the team, FAP-ATK, just can't get in there and help him. And everyone who was nearby dies. Meepo, run. One of them slowed, open wounds. Nightmare, they're going to be able to set this up. Awkwardly clogged in there, but he dies.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
They don't exactly have the stuns on their team, but We Chuan Now has the slows, and with a lineup like FAP-ATK, that's really all you need. Ursa, Treant, as long as you got the dust, which they've been doing. Meepo. Windrunner's really the most maneuverable given their lineup because they don't have the stuns to really answer against a Windrunner, but she hasn't been very effective either, in spite of that. They back off, no tower for them today, which means probably more farm coming out of it, coming out of We Chuan Now, mainly on Nyan Pudge, on Nakes. Gets the Maelstrom, that'll be on its way soon. So I guess he's not going Assault Curious. He's instead going Molnir. Did I say Molnir? I meant Maelstrom. I think I said Maelstrom. Maybe I said Molnir on top of that. But anyway, Queen of Pain, scouting out a rune. Gets Invis bottled up. Not Invis, Illusion rune. You've got a guy named freaking Yolo Swaggins. You got that going for him. You've got him playing Meepo, which is an underplayed, beloved hero because of how crazy he can be, how wacky he is to play, how stereotypically bad he is as a hero, but really not. But we got fighting going on. We got Queen of Pain using her Scream. Ursa trying to absorb as much damage as he can as he slashes away, but his life gain just wasn't enough. And that nasty stun didn't help at all. A Black King Bar would probably go a long way for him. Is that in fact what he's building? No idea. He's dying before he's able to buy a single thing with his massive amounts of gold. Over 2,000 before he died, but surely it dropped down below that mark now. As I was saying, Yolo Swaggins, that's awesome. Meepo, that's awesome. Both things are things I really want to appreciate and root for. But gosh darn it, he's dying. He's 0-8. And that's... how many Meepos now? 3? That's 24 jacks. That's 0-24. That's horrible. That's awful. That's sad. Hook in, cogged, exactly what Meepo doesn't want to see. And as if to add insult to injury, a blade mail. Probably did like 1% of the damage in the whole setup between Quap and Clock. But he dies. And he uses his blade mail anyway. And just use it against Ursa. Cooldown's so low, who cares? So they're setting up, both of them, was that right? Both of them placing wards at the exact same time. Both cooldown counters, yeah, they're at the same mark. That's hilarious. We got a pair of twins. Twin wards, brothers. Brothers of the Eye, watching the battlefield. But definitely setting up for We Chuan Now to take this tower and see exactly what they need to see for the proper hooks coming out of Clockwork. The proper nightmares coming out of Hush. Here's the setup. Warlock takes it. They're using it to back up. They don't want to lose anybody if they can help it. Treant even uses his ult as if to set up for a team fight, but they're just not ready for it. Bane's holding him down. Warlock dies. Cogs held in Treant. He's not able to escape in time, and he dies. Illusion helping finish him off. And Lifestealer killing the, I believe it was Windrunner. And now they're setting up for Ursa. Slashing, attacking. He's just got
7 in a row.
everyone on him. He can't do anything.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
And not only is that the tier 2, but that's the tier 3 going for him. And everyone but Meepo out. Meepo can take. Come on, Meepo. Get in here. At least send one. Poof him out if he gets in trouble, right? Yeah, no. He'll be dead. And that's going to be a Rax unless Windrunner and Warlock, who doesn't have his ult, can get in here and do something. Oh, I'm sorry. He does have his ult. He could do something, but that's GG well played coming out of Yolo Swaggins.
Trouble brewing at Dire's
Interesting
top
lanes
half.
coming out of both teams. A little bit more of a standard lane setup coming out of We Chuan Now, but lovely lanes with FAP-ATK with their Treant Protector mid, supporting his other team members with that armor, living armor being sent globally.
Someone's dropped out.
And that's the last one disconnecting. We're going to see a scoreboard here at any second. Not as many deaths as I expected out of the top lane, given there was a Bane, there was a Nags, and a little later on out came from the jungle the Clockwork. I would have expected a lot more aggression out of Clockwork and Bane, but it was mainly just Clockwork who did succeed in getting first blood. So there was that, but that was the most of it until it devolved into team fights.
Dire's mid tower's having the radiant done.
And there we go. Thank you all for watching. This is game 1 of 2. It goes to We Chuan Now, who will be playing on the Dire side on the next match. This is a best out of 3. Nyan Pudge on the Lifestealer playing the carry 8-1. Clockwork getting 4-4 because of some of his ballsy plays, but he was very supportive of his team and got some important things. Hey, what happened to my scoreboard? I should have paused it. I was going to go through everybody. Alright, thanks for watching anyway. Have a wonderful day.